file handling in Java. Say file handling in Java. Say file, computer point of view, everything is file. Computer understands things in terms of files only. Computer point of view, drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file, database file, correct term. But end user point of view, this segregation, drive, C drive, D drive, etc. Folder names local, you can use your own names. Next files, next databases. But computer point of view, everything is file. Drive is file, folder is file, file is file, and database also file, database file. Okay. Say, observe Mamata, in VB script, we use file system object now for handling files. Mamata?
Hello, sir.
In
Can
VB
repeat
script,
the
we
question
use
once?
file system object now for handling files.
Yes, sir.
Here, file class is there. We create file object. Using file object, we can handle computer files. Say, using file class, we can handle computer files, predefined class. Using file class, see, we create object in this file class. Using that object, we can perform file operations. Using file class, we can handle computer files. Say, observe Supriya, we can create, using file object, we can create and delete any type of files, not only text files. Text file means flat file. Flat file means file which doesn't have any format. Example, notepad. Say, using file object, we can create and delete any type of file. Example, text file, Word file, Excel file, etc. But we cannot perform internal operations for all files using file object. Observe, what are the internal operations? Suppose reading data, that is internal operation. Creating file, deleting file, just external operation. Suppose if you want to delete any file, just select the file and delete. Manual operation also, you can find this one, external. Suppose if you want to read data, open the file and read data. Getting this point, Dilpreet, observe, I will explain point by point. First one, file. Using file object, we create file object in file class. Using, that is predefined class. Using file object, we can handle all types of files. All types of files. Example, text files, Excel files, etc. Using file object, we can handle all types of files, but external operations only. External operations only. operations only. What are the external operations? See, external operations. What are the external operations? Suppose create file, next copy, okay, copying different flavors, create file, delete file, etc. See, but external operations only. We cannot conduct internal operations. Internal operations only for text files. Getting this point, Dilpreet? Using file object, we can create and delete all types of files, but we cannot conduct internal operations like reading, writing. Internal operations, example, reading. For reading, we need to open the file. For writing, you need to open the file and write save. Reading, writing, comparing, etc. Data comparison. Getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Say, observe once again. Using file object, we can create and delete all types of computer files, but external operations only, creating, deleting, etc. But we cannot conduct internal operations for all types of files. Internal operations only for flat files, text files, notepad like. What are the internal operations? Reading, writing. If you want to read data, you need to open the file. If you want to delete the file, you no need to open the file. You can directly delete. If you want to write data, you need to open the file. Reading, writing, comparing, all these are internal operations. See, using file object, we can conduct internal operations only for text files, flat files, not for other files. Then what about other files? How to handle other files? See, we have so many third-party jar files available. If you want to work with the Excel files, you download Excel jar and add that Excel jar to Java project in Eclipse, then you can handle Excel. Create Excel object, then you can handle. Suppose JXL, third party jar file available. So many third party jar files available. If you want to work with Excel, you download Excel jars. If you want to work with Word files, you download Word jar files and add, then you can handle. Getting this point? Supriya, any confusion?
No, sir.
Pardon?
No confusion, sir.
No confusion. See, how to handle Excel files, that we will discuss later. In Selenium WebDriver chapter, we will download Excel jars and add and conduct data-driven testing. Okay, in this session, only flat files. If you want to handle other type of files, you need to download third-party jars. Any confusion, Saloni? Try to understand the concept.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Got it? Okay. How to handle Excel files in Java?
Using file object.
How to handle Excel files in Java?
Sir, I don't know.
You don't know. Just now I discussed now. Can you tell me, Venkat?
Using file class, sir.
Venkat.
Yes, sir.
How to handle Excel files in Java? Supriya. Concentrate.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
We have to download excel.jar files.
Not dot. Excel jar files. third
Okay,
party
Excel jar.
Excel jar files. For example, JXL, etc. See, we need to download third party. Why I am saying third party? That not related to Java developers. Java developed by Sun Microsystems. Now it is subsidiary of Oracle Corporation. See, some third party organizations are people developing some jar files in order to support Excel files, Word files, PDF, etc. See, if you want to work with Excel files, you need to download third party Excel jars and add Excel jar to Java project in Eclipse. Then you can handle Excel files. Any confusion?
No, sir.
What about you, Venkat?
No confused, sir. Now got clarity.
Okay. And one more thing, observe Saloni, how to handle text files in Java. How to handle text files means flat files. Example, Notepad. How to handle text files?
Using file class.
Using file class and some other classes also there. FileReader, FileWriter, etc. See, using Java predefined classes. Example, file class, FileReader, FileWriter, BufferedReader, etc. We can handle. But for Excel and other files, no predefined classes. We need to download third-party jars and add to Java project in Eclipse IDE. Then you can handle. Okay, anyhow, that we will discuss later. Excel file, our test automation point of view. Text files and Excel files important. Excel files we will discuss in data-driven testing chapter. Observe, Mamata, you have knowledge on VB script now. How we handle text files in VB script?
Data type.
How we handle text files in VB script using file system object? How we handle
Okay, sir.
text? How we handle Excel files in VB script?
Excel object.
Yes, Excel object is there. That is predefined object. Next, how we handle Word application in VB script? Word object is there. Word
Yes,
dot application, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
See, in VB script you can find file system object for flat files, Excel application object for Excel files, Word application object for Word applications, etc. But in Java, you need to download third-party jar files and add. Okay. See, today we will discuss only flat files. I will provide some examples. Concentrate. Simple examples. In data-driven testing chapter, I will show how to read data from a text file and connect, and how to read data from an Excel file and connect to the test in data driven testing chapter. Now only some small examples. See, first one, create a folder. Already I told, computer point of view, everything is file. Folder also file. First create this one, object. Just a minute. Create a folder. First create file object. File class. This is predefined class. Suppose ABC, or you can use suppose file object. You can use XYZ also. Next, new file of, provide the path for storing. Suppose I want to store on desktop. I'm taking desktop path. See, folders, no extension. Suppose folder name Selenium. Say it supports forward slashes or 2 backward slashes. Observe Dilpreet, 2 backward slashes. Now no syntax error. First import this one, import file Java IO package. Here observe Dilpreet, here we have to use either 2 forward slashes or 1 backward slash. Instead of this one, just this one. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, file object created. Next, apply available methods on file object. See, file object dot type m make dir semicolon make dir. Okay. Observe on desktop, no Selenium folder. Run the program. Selenium folder created na Saloni?
Yes, sir.
Selenium folder created. He is creating a folder. Next, check the existence of a folder. See, suppose check the existence of Selenium folder. Checking existence. Observe. Suppose folder already there are not, check that one. See, checking now. Condition required. Suppose boolean a equal to file object, boolean a equal to file object of file object dot exists semicolon. Here we already provided the path of the folder. Next, write condition. Saloni, write condition. Venkat, you write the condition. I want to check whether that folder is exist or not. Write condition. If
Okay, sir. I mean, for creating a folder, we used mkdir.
For checking the existence, exist property. What is the problem? You need to remember those methods and properties.
Yes, sir. I could not remember.
See, you need to remember important methods and properties for all required objects. For checking the file existence, this is the property dot exists.
Okay.
You must know that one. Otherwise, how can you write program? But but Eclipse IDE provides context help.
Okay.
Continue.
If I mean file object exists.
If file object exists. Continue, Dilpreet.
So if A equal to true.
A double equal to, this is relational operator, true.
So curly braces.
Open curly braces. You can
System
write
dot out.
any meaningful message. Suppose folder exists. Folder exists. Else, open curly braces, folder not exists. Folder not exists. Just a minute. See, in this scenario, folder exists on desktop. Observe manually. Exists. Next, run the program. It will show folder exists. Run, folder exists. Suppose delete the folder manually. Delete the folder. This time folder not exists. Observe Venkat. Any confusion?
No confusion, sir.
This is about checking folder exists. Not only folder, any file also same. File also, just a minute I will show. For any file also same. Already I told, computer point of view, everything is file. In terms of files only, computer understand things. Drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file. Computer point of view. See, end user point of view, some different. We use drive, say understanding purpose, drive, folder, file, database, etc. See, check the existence of Selenium folder. For example, just a minute. One Excel file, ABCD Excel. I want to check the existence of this ABCD Excel. Can we check, Supriya? Anyhow, it is external operation, checking the existence. We no need to open the file. We no need to open the file and read data or write data. So external operation, using file object, we can conduct that external operation.
Yes, sir.
See, observe. What is that one? ABCD dot, what is the extension? Excel SX. Run the program. Okay, just a minute. Use meaningful message. Excel file exists. Excel file not exists. Run the program. Excel file exists. Suppose delete this file. Run the program. Just a minute. Run the program. Excel file not exists. Okay, now Venkat. Not only
Yes, sir. Previously, the output came as the folder exists, even though you gave XLX. Is there any reason?
Even though?
In the output, you gave it was displayed as folder exists.
Folder exists means that is message message static. That's why it gave that folder exists. Suppose if we use folder exists,
there was no folder in the desktop, right?
Even no folder. Okay, that message is not program syntax na.
Okay.
You can use any message. Suppose something exists. See, this is not program syntax.
Okay.
You can use any message, but try to use meaningful messages. Say, run the program. What happened? Something not exists.
Okay.
Okay, na?
Okay. Okay.
Save. See, write meaningful message. Message not part of the syntax.
Okay.
Run the program. File not exists. See, for files or folders, you can use this syntax. Madhavi, are you following? Any confusion? See, next example. Delete a folder. Delete a folder. See, for example, folder on desktop. ABC. Folder on desktop. You delete this folder. See, ABC. Set the path ABC. Next, just a minute. File object dot type D. See, delete method available. Delete semicolon. Observe on desktop ABC folder available. Run the program. Observe Venkat, ABC folder deleted now.
Yes, it deleted.
Run the program once again. Nothing. Folder not exist. And it is not showing any error also. If folder exists, it can delete. Next, create a text file. Create a text file means flat file. Create a text file. Text file. Suppose uft.txt. Change the method file object dot create new file. Type C. Select create new file method semicolon. Save. Observe Supriya. Say safe side, it is asking IO exception. Safe side. Suppose you provided one path. Suppose C users GC ready / desktop. Suppose you provided another path D / some ABCD folder. Then you create that file. Suppose ABCD folder not available. That time exception na.
Yes, sir.
So safe side, it is only safe side. It is asking exception. This is auto exception. Earlier in exception handling chapter we discussed some exceptions. Those are manual exceptions. User has to provide exceptions. See, this is auto exception. Automatically it will create. See, add throws declaration. Auto exception. Observe on desktop. Observe Saloni. Saloni is there? Saloni.
Yes, sir.
Observe. UFT file exists or not? Check that one. uft.txt text file exists on desktop or not?
No.
No. Okay. Try to run the program. Run. This time?
Yes, sir. It exists.
Exists. Okay. Next, observe Dilpreet. Suppose
Yes,
I want to create a Excel file, Excel SX. Will it create or not? We are not
No,
using
sir.
any Excel jar.
It won't create, sir.
It will create. Creating, deleting, checking the existence, those are external operations. We are not conducting internal operations, reading data, writing data. If you want to read data, then file object is not suitable.
Okay,
See, in
right, sir. Right.
flat files, only lines concept. In flat files, lines concept, line by line. But in Excel, tabular format, rows and columns, we cannot read. If you want to read Excel, you need to download third-party Excel jars. But creating Excel is external operation, na?
Yes, sir.
Run the program, observe on desktop, creating, na?
Yes, sir.
Next, suppose creating portable document format, PDF, portable document format. Observe on desktop. See, in my system, PDF software not installed. That's why it is taking another format. But it will create PDF. Suppose doc, Word doc. Run the program. Observe Word document created now.
Yes, sir.
I already told you can create and delete any type of files using file object, but we cannot perform internal operations.
Can we create Notepad plus plus?
Notepad.
Notepad plus plus.
What is the extension? Tell me the file extension. Hello? Hello? Tell me the file
Sir, I think it's .txt only.
.txt only, it will create text file only.
Okay, okay.
Text file only. Okay. Next.
So if we give try catch in this, then in that particular case, what type of exception will it be?
IO exception.
IO exception. Okay.
IO exception. Just a minute. Remove this one. You can use throws declaration. Otherwise, observe. Who is asking? Dilpreet.
Dilpreet.
Observe. Here you can add, say, quick fixes available. Add throws declaration or try catch. IO exception na.
Okay. Right.
You can use IO exception also instead of that one.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Run.
I think it's .cpp, sir.
Pardon?
.cpp.
CPP.
Yeah.
Run the program.
Okay.
My system is not supporting, but it created .cpp.
Maybe I create. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Just a minute. This is create a text file, means flat file which doesn't have any format. If you create Excel also it considers as flat file. We cannot perform internal operations. But manually you can perform operations. See, observe. See, problem is there. Create a text file. Next, delete a text file. Delete a text file. See, next time I will use throws declaration. Just a minute. Auto exception. Here try catch also IO exception, automatic only. Suppose delete a text file. You change the method, delete method. Dot delete. semicolon. Just a minute, avoid the confusion. So many files are there now. Okay, extension, based on extension only it will delete. Here extension CPP. Run the program. Observe that file. Suppose I want to delete this Excel. XLSX. Run the program. Next I want to delete this text file, txt file. Txt. Okay. Delete text file. Next, observe Supriya. Again we will use these file operations in data driven testing chapter. Now just I am providing simple examples. Read a text file. Read a text file. Read a text file. Just a minute. Suppose UFT. Selenium, UFT, load runner, next RFT, etc. I want to read this text file. Save. Read a text file. Say for reading text file, one more object required. See, this is high level object, file object. If you want to perform internal operations, one more object required. That is BufferedReader. Here I am introducing FileReader, BufferedReader. File object not required. Just a minute. Observe Mamata, in VB script also file system object is there and text stream object also there. Text stream object for reading and writing data. File system object for primary operations. Text, we create text stream object for internal operations. Here also for reading or writing we use two objects. One is main object for opening the file. Another object is reading or writing. Reading one object, writing another object. See FileReader. Suppose file equal to new file reader of provide the path, semicolon. Import FileReader is also predefined class in java.io package. Next, create BufferedReader object by passing the FileReader reference, BufferedReader. Suppose br equal to new BufferedReader of pass the file reference. Observe Dilpreet, relation required na, these two objects, they are passing file reference. By passing FileReader reference, we are creating BufferedReader. What is the problem? Okay, spell mistake. By passing FileReader reference, we are creating BufferedReader. Say, yesterday we discussed for reading input, we have three possibilities. Can you remember, Venkat? For reading input from input devices, we have three possibilities we discussed now. But I introduced important one, scanner. Others also there now. Can you remember, Supriya?
No, sir.
Yesterday only we discussed. Dilpreet. Not only
Sir, I
scanner,
think
we have three
it
possibilities for reading input.
buffer reader also use it for reading input, I
Ah.
think.
See here also for reading files, not only buffered reader, another predefined class also available. Just I am introducing important predefined class. Alternates available. Okay na? Nobody responding.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alternates available. Okay. Next, read lines. Suppose data. What type of data? Saloni, what type of data? This one. What type of data? You take any data, reading time string only na?
Yes, sir. String type.
String type. You create one string variable. Suppose string, suppose line. String line. Or here use while loop. Observe, Venkat. I think somebody asked difference between for and while. Here we don't know the record count. Example, suppose in that flat file 100 lines are there, or 200 lines, or 1000 lines. If you don't know the record count, you cannot use for loop na.
Sir.
But you can use while loop. See, line equal to br dot read line not equal to null. Means up to last line, not equal to null. Open curly braces. Is the problem here? BR. Next, display
Yes, sir.
lines. See, SYSO. Tell me, Supriya, what we have to display? We are reading lines one by one into line variable now.
Yes, sir.
What we have to display here? Simple one, line.
Fine. Sorry.
Line na. Concentrate.
Yes, sir.
Next, just formal statements. Close buffered reader. Next, close FileReader. Creating, using, then closing. What is the purpose of these statements? Releasing the memory. If you create objects in computer programming, they occupy memory. If you close the object, then immediately computer program releases the memory. Observe, run the program, reading. Observe, Venkat. We are reading file data and displaying on the console now.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Anyhow, once again we will discuss these reading and writing examples in data driven testing chapter. Next example, what is that one? 8. Write data to a text file. Write data. Write data to a text file. Say I'm changing the objects. Suppose here no data. Tell me, Ritesh. Ask me, Ritesh. Say. This time I'm going to use FileWriter class. FileWriter. I cannot hear you, Ritesh. Import FileWriter. You mail me your query. Otherwise, you use proper voice device. Next, here also same buffered. Okay, Ritesh. BufferedWriter. BufferedWriter. Earlier FileReader, BufferedReader. This time FileWriter, BufferedWriter. Here this variable not required. Variable not required. Loop also not required. Loop also not required. Just string. Suppose data equal to welcome to Java. Welcome to Java. Semicolon. I want to write this value to external file. In this file, no data, blank file. I want to export this value. Suppose here BW. Otherwise, you can use BR only. BR also. BufferedWriter dot type W write Supriya write. What we have
Yes,
to write?
sir.
Dilpreet.
Data.
Data. Next, close the objects. BW dot close. Next, file dot close. Otherwise, BW dot close. Closing this writer. Suppose file dot close. Run the program. Open the file. Observe Venkat, data exported now.
Yes, sir.
See next example. Guide me, Venkat. Reading and writing.
Sir, I have a question here. Can you open the program? So previously we were giving buffered reader. Now we gave buffered writer, and I did not understand that BW dot write data and BW dot close.
BW is object. You can use XYZ also.
Okay, okay.
There is object. We are the what object? Buffered writer object. You can use ABCD also, XYZ also. Write is method.
Okay.
Methods fixed. Method standard.
Okay.
See, observe. Suppose ABC. Suppose ABC. Methods fixed. You can get context help. ABC
Okay.
dot methods available now.
Yes, sir.
Write data. Next ABC dot close. Release the memory. It's optional. Next, suppose this time another message it will overwrite. Suppose welcome to Selenium. Run the program.
It is
Welcome to Selenium.
okay.
What is the problem? That is buffered
So we
writer
have
object. We are creating buffered writer object. Object name you local. You can use any name.
okay, okay.
Okay now. Next, guide me. Just a minute. I think Saloni. Saloni, guide me. This time my requirement is, see, earlier we discussed reading data and writing data. Just I will remove this import files also. Reading data, writing data. What are the examples? Read a text file, write data to text file. Next example, read and write. Suppose, observe, first this is UFT file. UFT, formerly QTP, Selenium. Next, load runner. Next, RFT. Say in this file, UFT file, 4 lines of data available. Next, I want to read this data and export to. Export means write to Selenium file. Selenium file blank. Getting my requirement? Saloni.
Yes, sir.
See, read data from uft.txt file and write means export, write to selenium.txt file. This is my requirement. Okay na? See here, 4 objects required now. FileReader, FileWriter, BufferedReader, BufferedWriter. Guide me. First create FileReader object and writer object.
Yes, sir. File reader.
FileReader. Suppose file1.
Equals new file 1.
New FileReader. New FileReader. Open. Next here path required na.
Yes, sir.
Data available in this UFT txt semicolon import FileReader. This is reading file. Next FileWriter output file. FileWriter. Suppose file2 equal to new file writer of, suppose output file is Selenium na.
Yes, sir.
Selenium. Okay. Import FileWriter. Okay. Next, BufferedReader BufferedWriter.
BufferedReader.
BufferedReader.
BR.
Suppose BR equal to
1.
new. Just import
New
this one.
buffered. Yeah.
New BufferedReader.
Yeah.
Of pass the file reference, FileReader reference.
File 1.
File 1. Semicolon. Next, create FileWriter by passing FileWriter reference. Buffered, just a minute. BufferedWriter. Suppose BW equal to new. Just a minute. Import this one. Change. Okay. Spell mistake earlier. Pass the file 2.
File 2, yeah.
File 2. Okay. Objects ready. Next, read data and write. Here loop required na. Declare one variable. It is showing error here, semicolon. Create one variable, suppose string line. Continue.
While
line equal to
BR.
Just a minute. Here BR
dot
read line. Next, not equal to
null.
Not equal to null. Means it will read up to end of the line. Not equal to null. Open curly braces. Next, you write that one. Reading okay. Write BW dot write. Continue, Dilpreet.
File 2.
File 2.
So we are writing in.
We are reading data into line variable. We need to export that line variable now. BW means file 2 only. See, we provided the reference file 2. BW means file 2 only. BR means file 1 only.
Yes, sir.
Write off.
Line.
File 1.
Line only. Observe. We are reading line na. We are reading data into this line variable na. We need to export that line variable, isn't it? Any confusion, Dilpreet?
No, sir, it's clear now.
Earlier we displayed that line only na in the previous example. Observe this one.
Yes, sir.
See here, string data. Earlier line, we reading line and displaying line only na.
Yes, sir.
Instead of displaying on the console, we are exporting to another file.
Right, sir.
Line. Okay. Next, formalities after this curly brace dot close. Just a minute. BR dot close, formal statements. Next, file 1 dot close means release the memory. Next, file 2 dot close. Run the program. Just a minute before that, open the UFT file. Data available. Selenium file blank. Run the program. If any data is there in output file, it will overwrite. Open the file, Selenium file. Observe Venkat, it is writing continuously na.
Yes, sir.
It is writing continuously. Suppose if you want new line, just a minute. Slash not required. Method is there. BW dot new line. After reading every line, take new line. Run the program. Open the Selenium folder. Writing now.
Yes, sir.
Any confusion, Salon? This is UFT. This is input file. This is output file. Reading and writing using FileReader, FileWriter, BufferedReader and BufferedWriter objects. Okay na? Mamata, any confusion?
No, sir. But yeah, I have a question here, sir. Why we are using FileReader and the FileReader and BufferedReader? What are those classes, sir? Why we are
FileReader
using
only
FileReader?
FileReader opens the file in read mode.
Okay.
BufferedReader reads the data. Internal operation.
Okay. Okay. FileReader, it's only
open the file in read mode.
Okay. Okay. Okay, got it.
Okay. Same way, BufferedWriter also opens the file in write mode. Buffered write. What is that one? Just a minute. FileWriter opens the file in write mode. BufferedWriter writes the data.
Okay.
Okay, na? See, I'm
Okay.
going to close the session. Any queries? Venkat?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay, you practice. Once again, I will explain these reading and writing examples in data-driven testing chapter. Supriya,
Okay.
any queries?
Yes, sir. Sir, at the end of why you are closing all
Releasing
the
the memory.
Yeah, but in file 2 we have these output now, sir. Why you want to close the file 2 also?
Well, if you close, what will happen? What will happen? After writing, if you close the file internally, then what the problem?
Okay.
Writing over na. Say, observe this one. This block, curly braces, closed curly braces na.
Yes, sir.
After this curly brace, I used close methods. Means this while block reading and writing over. After that, I closed the objects. Okay na?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
This is what is this closing objects? Releasing
Means
the memory.
we are releasing the memory.
Releasing the memory.
The program. Yes.
Program. See, best practice. Okay. Any queries? Okay na, Supriya, any other?
Nothing, sir.
Okay.
That's
Saloni?
it.
Okay, cool. Saloni?
I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Ritesh? Ritesh voice not reaching. Mamata?
No, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
good.
cool. Dilpreet?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. We'll meet tomorrow. Say not tomorrow, Monday. We'll meet
Sir,
on Monday,
sir.
same time.
Sir, yesterday you said today you will give the assignments. What happened to
Okay,
that?
I will send to your email.
Okay, sir.
I will send. Okay,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
meet on Monday, same time. Thank you.
Thank you.